Today in FC25, I will be simulating what would have happened if Eze had joined Spurs instead of joining Arsenal. Now obviously a lot of big drama around this transfer. Eze seemingly going to Spurs for the past year or so. Spurs have been talking about Eze. People have been talking about Spurs and Eze for ages. Eventually it kind of dwindled down and then it rose back up. It seemed like Eze was going to be a done deal. It seemed like Eze was going to be a Spurs player. But then out of nowhere, Arsenal came in, hijacked the deal. And obviously Eze is an Arsenal fan, lifelong fan. It was clear who he was going to choose. Many Spurs fans and people in general believe that Eze just used Spurs to boost his stock to somehow get a move to Arsenal. Is that true? I don't know. I mean, it definitely could be. If I was Eze and my favorite club wasn't offering for me, but somehow their rivals were, I'd say, okay, I might go to their rivals, and then maybe the club would be more enticed to look at me. Do I think Eze is going to flourish at Arsenal? Probably not, to be honest with you. I'm not even entirely sure why they bought him. I mean, he could play, but like, realistically, most of the time he's going to be playing left wing or left mid even over Martinelli. So yeah, I don't know. Either way, this is the Spurs squad. This is what they look like in real life, or at least how they lined up against Burnley, more or less. Minus Eze, of course. Instead of Eze, in real life, I believe it was Sarr who started in that cam role, and maybe Archie Gray started that game as well. Not entirely sure, but this is how they essentially lined up. This is the lineup for the team. I will be simulating until something major happens. A major trophy, Champions League, Europa League if they somehow fall back down to it. Because for this save of FC25, I have simulated 1 year. I actually was planning on simulating it and then like maybe forcing a Europa League victory. But then I was thinking about it. It's kind of long to do that. So I just simmed it and they won the Europa League anyways, which is really funny. So that worked out somehow. But yeah, this is 25-26 in FC25. So Champions League football for Spurs. So we'll see. Will they win the Champions League? Will they get knocked out regardless of having Eze and a new manager, Thomas Frank? So let's get on into it. Let's just jump straight into a big event. Champions League final, Premier League victory. I don't know. Whatever it is, we'll see it in just a second. After just 1 year of simming, Spurs have reached a Champions League final and have seemingly won the FA Cup as well. This could be a possible trouble here, but let's not assume things. Let's have a look at the league table because that's all that really matters. And Spurs are invincible with Arsenal 5th. They don't even manage to get 2nd this time around. They also do not get a trophy for being 5th, unfortunately for them. But a goal difference of 67 for Spurs, only conceding 27 goals on the season. That is Chelsea levels of defense. But clearly they don't have John Terry at the back. So let's have a look at the squad. Most appearances is Eberechi Eze with 69 appearances, 22 goals, 17 assists, and growing 9 overall on the season, now in 90 overall, one of the best cams in the game. Mohamed Kudus is 88 overall now, growing 7 overall on the season, also scoring 22 goals and bagging 7 assists. Richarlison is 87 overall, 49 goals, 13 assists. Beautifully done. Pedro Porro is 86 overall with 15 and 15. That's an amazing record for a fullback. Paulinho has grown 1 while on loan. Van de Ven has grown 2. Vicario has also grown 2. Danso has grown 2. Sarr has grown 3. Udogi has grown 1. Spence has grown 2. Romero has not grown. Odegaard has grown 2 as well. Manor Solomon has grown 2. Odegaard has scored 12 goals. Pretty solid. Sarr has also done 10 and 10, which is also very solid. Brennan Johnson up to 83 overall now, 6 and 2. Who was playing left wing over him? Was it Odegaard? It might have been, you know. Kulusevski hasn't really played, but he has grown 1. Archie Gray has not grown. Solanke's barely played, but he scored 5 goals. Tao has barely played as well. Where is... I think... Oh, Madison... Yeah, that's right. Madison would still be injured at this point. He wouldn't even be able to play the next European final. So he's just sat there injured this entire time, unfortunately. Bergvall has not played a single game, which would not happen in real life, but that's just the way the sim goes. Anyways, Ben Davis is actually retiring this season. So I think it's right, even though this video is mainly about Eze, I think it's right to give him one final send-off for Spurs. We'll play him over Spence because, weirdly enough, Ben Davis can play left back. Not amazingly so, but he can play the position, so he'll start, and I'll even let him captain the team as well, just for sentiment, you know? Anyways, this final is against Bilbao, which is quite funny, considering the fact that Spurs has just won at Bilbao the year before in the Europa League, but Bilbao making it all the way here is a bit surprising. I could look at our journey to the final, but honestly, I CBA. It was probably something ridiculous considering Bilbao made it this far. Let's just eat up some time, shall we? Gonna edge the viewers a little bit here by just not going to the final quite yet. Semis ended 3-2 on aggregate. Quarterfinals ended 6-5 on aggregate against Atletico. And Bilbao beat PSG and beat Barcelona. What is happening with this Bilbao team? In the round of 16, ended 3-2 on aggregate. Playoffs, I assume... Yeah, we just didn't play playoffs. We were number 1 in the league, undefeated. Only 3 goals against us. Wow. Eze would have won a lot if he had just joined Spurs. So, enough edging. Let's just get on into this final. I'm going to do tactical view. If it's way too slow and I just don't care about watching for long enough, I'll just jump into sim instead, because that's a lot quicker than tactical view. But for now, stick with tactical view. Hopefully it's all right. Actually, before I switch to tactical view, let me just lower the good old half to 3 minutes. Yeah, I don't want to watch 6-minute halves of FIFA. So 3-minute halves, hopefully that makes it sweet and short. But let's go into this UCL final. And again, I'll just jump into sim if it's too slow, even with the 3-minute halves. You know what I just realized? I didn't even check for the Carabao Cup or the Super Cup. I can check those after this match. Those are kind of minimal trophies, so they're not as important even if they were won. But we're headed into this Champions League final between Spurs and Athletic Bilbao. Let's switch this camera angle. This camera sucks. So here we go. Nice little camera angle here. Classic camera angle. And Bilbao have the ball. I don't really know Bilbao's players, so can't really comment much on them. But I do know the Spurs lineup. So Eze, not quite a Spurs player, but in this reality he is. So Kudus, nice little 1-2 there. Is that offside? Looked offside to me, but I guess it's not. Eze has a shot at volley. That was terrible. I don't know what he was thinking there. Should have laid it off. There was a clear option there to his left if he had just dinked it a little bit. I don't know if that's possible in real life, but this is FIFA, so he definitely could have done that here. Anyways, keeper clears the ball out. Bentancur fighting for that. He does kind of win it, giving it to Brennan Johnson. Back to Bentancur, to Paulinho. Paulinho just holding up the ball here. Richarlison back to goal. Looking for Brennan Johnson. Finds Brennan Johnson in decent space. Decent shot from Brennan. Just not going into the back of the net with Unai Simon there. Eze to swing this corner in. Let's have a look. Swings it in. Not the greatest corner, to be honest. Ooh, not a bad header from Paulinho, I believe that was. But still goes wide. A lot of chances for Spurs here, but they just can't really capitalize on them. Bentancur, a bit of a crash there, but no foul, says the referee. They continue, and Spurs have won the ball. Bentancur on it right now. Hands it off to Eze, who is looking for Richarlison. What a pass! Oh my goodness! What an absolute beauty of a pass. I didn't even see it. I thought he was passing it to no one. And suddenly Richarlison comes out of nowhere. What a... Wow, hold on. I need to see this again because I did not see Richarlison whatsoever. Eze, look at that. Beautifully, honestly, a lot of credit to Richarlison because that curved run is beautiful. Curves his run perfectly and just appears out of nowhere. Hits the side netting. Great finish from Richarlison. Great goal, great play, great pass, great everything. This team is playing so well. So we continue on in the 17th minute. This does not feel like 3-minute halves, by the way. I might actually jump into sim by halftime, getting a little bored, even though that wonder of a goal happened. Oh, Bilbao. Here comes Bilbao. Looking for a goal. That's just not the right finish at all. Took no time. Panic to shoot that even. Look at the manager sweating. Oh my God. It's not even raining. That's his sweat. Does EA think they sweat that much? I mean, they sweat quite a lot, but not that much. Come on. Porro finds Kudus, who finds Paulinho, probably looking for Kudus again. Yes, Kudus taking it down the wing. Stops again to Paulinho, to Richarlison, who has a shot. Ooh, did catch Unai Simon off guard there, but it just wasn't on target. Would have been great if that flew into the top left corner, but unfortunately just flies wide. Paulinho tries to win the ball there. A little bit of a flubbed tackle. Nico Williams is the one player I do know, is trying to get up. Just doesn't find anything. Is that Nico Williams or is that Iñaki Williams? I think it's Nico. Yeah, it's definitely Nico. Nico Williams nearly found something there. Oh my God, Serrano could score here. And Bilbao have leveled it in the 30th minute. What a breakdown of defense there from Spurs. Let's have a look again. There's just a wide open gap. They all chase after the ball. 3 defenders on this one player, and he just backheels to someone right in front of goal. Pedro Porro isn't closing down. Paulinho isn't closing down. And he's just got free space to take a shot at goal. And Vicario, 9 times out of 10, just isn't saving that. Even if the ball's coming at his near post, I mean, he's got basically no time to react. Just really luck of the draw there, and unfortunately, Vicario lost that draw. But here we go. Spurs are starting up again. Brennan Johnson going down the wing, probably looking to cross it into Richarlison. Actually lays it off to Eze. Eze looking for Brennan Johnson again. Gives it to Richarlison. Richarlison heading backwards. Looks for Brennan. Richarlison has got it again. Ooh, great save by Unai Simon. That was a weird play there. I don't know what just happened. Kudus loses the ball into the air. Won by Spurs. Eze looking for... Eze loves passing to Brennan Johnson in the sim. And Richarlison also loves passing back to him. I don't know what is up with that, but... Hey, I mean, if it works... I mean, it's clearly not working right now, but if it normally works... I guess go for it. Bilbao looking to create something. Probably going to send that through ball there. A little bit late on sending that ball. Just gets intercepted easily by Spurs. Brennan Johnson stops. Looks for another player. And they're just playing around the back here. Playing it a bit safe. Maybe too safe. Bentancur looking for something. Probably sees Brennan Johnson, but decides to just hold it. And wait for halftime to come. Or not. Brennan Johnson coming forward here. Looking for something. Could have a shot. Oh. You know what? I thought that was a goal. And I was going to shut up and let him score. But Richarlison has absolutely mocked that finish up. Just terrible finish. I thought he was offside for a second. I thought they were going to score. I thought many things at one point. But I did not think he was going to miss. So good first half from both sides. But it's not over yet. I'm not going to make any subs. I think the CPU does make subs. Again, normally I would just jump into sim because it's kind of long. But this is quite an exciting game. It's back and forth here, really. Towards the end of the first half, Spurs were just kind of holding the ball, and it was kind of annoying. But then Ben Davies found something, and it was very interesting. Unfortunately, missed with a Richarlison shot just going wide. But Richarlison has it now, looking for something. Pass back to Paulinho, probably, or not. He's just holding the ball for whatever reason. He's literally just standing there. Oh my god. Okay, it goes to Paulinho. The CPU is strange sometimes, is it not? Paulinho's got the ball. Bentancur. They all just kind of like get stuck here at this point. Oh, Richarlison finds something. Oh, just like that. Trivela from Richarlison. It's a brace for him in the UCL final. They just pass it. He's got his back to goal. He turns around. Trivela. Straight into the net. Wow. Just out of nowhere. They were just like standing there. Look at this. No fancy play. Just back to goal. Turns around. Trivela. Simple. Did not expect that. But it is 2-1 in the UCL final now. And this game is getting fired up. I mean, Bilbao could come back again, equalize once again. They did it once, they can do it again, and here they come. Nico Williams trying to find something. Instantly gets intercepted. Not a great pass, but then they give it back to Bilbao. And he tries to have a shot. Great save from Vicario. Also great strike. A little more elevation, and Vicario's not reaching that. But unfortunately for them, it wasn't enough this time. Nico Williams to swing in this corner. Could be something. They drop. Someone falls in the penalty area, and he does complain, but the ref says nothing. Nothing at all. And I don't know what just happened there. Looks like he lost control of the ball. Or maybe it didn't even make contact with him. But Pedro Porro's coming up. Passes it to Kudus. Kudus maybe looking for something. Oh, just spins his defender. Kudus is going. He's going down the wing. Probably going to look for Richarlison here soon. No, he keeps going. Kudus is still going. Does find Richarlison. Richarlison can't finish the first time. Nearly gets lucky with a rebound towards him. But gets tripped up right before he receives it. Unfortunate for him. Pedro Porro has been spun similarly. Nico Williams is going down. Tries to find something, but Van de Ven is in the way. But Nico Williams has the ball again. Bilbao could equalize here. Just not a great finish, is it? You're there. You're there. You've done everything but finish. And it's really nowhere near for that distance, is it? So it seems like Spurs will play out of the back here to Van de Ven. Davis now has it. Bentancur looks for Paulinho, finds him. Then finds Eze. Have not seen Eze for a while since that first goal. But he has found a pass here. Is that offside? It's not offside. Richarlison stops. That's a penalty. I'm not so sure about that call, to be honest. They've given a penalty to Spurs. And I mean, it does kind of look like he just pushes Richarlison over. Yeah, Richarlison just stops. And Konate doesn't. So it is a penalty. Eze will be taking this penalty. I guess he has the best pen stat. And you can see the anticipation from everyone on the Spurs touchline. Eze to take this penalty. Calm, collected, easy for Eze. It's 3-1 in the UCL final. So it's looking like it's just getting away from the grasp of Bilbao here. They nearly had that equalizer. And just not the finish they were looking for. Then they give away a pen. Questionable pen, to be fair, but it's going to be a pen most of the time. Especially when it's just like no contact with the ball. There was no contact with the ball. And maybe a collision of players. Ooh, you know what? I got a little distracted there. Bilbao are still putting up a fight. They haven't given up yet. But Ben Davies has taken this out quite far himself. Finally gives it off to Pedro Porro, who's probably looking for Kudus as he usually does, or not. He gives it to Paulinho, who then gives it to Bentancur. Bentancur finds Eze. Eze finds no one. Oh, maybe he found Richarlison. No, he did not. You know, I really thought Kudus would be there, but Kudus was like not even on the pitch. I don't know what went on there. Little build up here from Bilbao, looking for something, anything to get them back into this game. Time is running out. Time is very quickly running out, but this could be it. Bilbao in the 88th minute has found a second goal. This is this man's redemption for the miss earlier. He has scored now, giving Bilbao hope in the dying embers. Will Spurs bottle this like they bottled the Super Cup in real life? Or will they hold on for just a few more minutes? Spurs start the game back up. Just passing it back and forth between Eze and Bentancur, but Eze passes it off to Paulinho now, who again gives it to Bentancur. I think this game is just going to end with nothing significant happening. Oh, it's over to Kudus. Could Kudus find something late game? No, he gets stopped, but that's fine, really. I don't think the ref is allowing it. Yeah, that's over. That's the game. Spurs have won a treble, at the very least. And they've beat Bilbao 3-2 in the Champions League final. Definitely a close game. It seemed like Spurs were running away with it at some point, but then Bilbao pulled it back. Why does it say they've scored twice there? It says Serrano scored twice, but he only scored once. Definitely did not score in the 30th minute. That is weird. I actually don't know why that happened. This game is funny sometimes. Anyways, that is it. I mean, the answer is Eze would have won a treble. Theoretically. Obviously, the sim is not perfect. I mean, Spurs went invincible. If someone went to the future, saw Spurs go invincible, came back into the past, and told you the exact day they would go invincible, you still wouldn't believe them. So obviously the sim isn't the most accurate thing ever, but Eze gets a 10.0 on that performance, scoring a pen and a beauty of an assist. Let's have a look at that assist one more time, because I'm still a little mesmerized by how it just came out of nowhere. So 17th minute, Eze gets the ball, and it just I don't know. I don't know how to describe this goal. It's just, initially I thought Eze was going to turn or just stop and let Brennan complete his run. That's what I thought was going to happen. And then he just sent this pass, and I thought, there's no one there. And then Richarlison just came out of nowhere. First time finish, great finish. All credit to Richarlison, to be fair. An amazing finish, an amazing run. And I mean, beautiful celebration too as well. But that is it for the Champions League final. Let's have a look at the other competitions that I did not highlight before entering this final. So Spurs are Champions League winners. And, oh, well, we'll see what else they've won here. So let's have a look. There's 3. That was 4. Quadruple. They won the Carabao Cup. So that is useful to see. But what else did they win the Super Cup? I'd assume probably, considering they've literally won everything else. But it'd be really funny. It'd be just like Spurs to win everything else but the Super Cup. But no, they did win the Super Cup 2-1 against Atletico Madrid. I'll check their preseason. Yeah, they won that, I guess. I don't know why that matters, but that's that. The answer to what would happen if Eze had just joined Spurs instead of Arsenal? The answer is he would win, well, everything. He's won the Champions League with Spurs. He's won the Premier League with Spurs. He's won the Carabao Cup, the Super Cup. He's won it all, and all in just one season. So, yeah, maybe Eze should have just joined Spurs instead. But to be fair, it's hard not to give up the opportunity to go to Arsenal. Some people just love being second every year. And even though you don't get a trophy for that, deep down in your heart, you know you beat Madrid 2-0. You know that night in Madrid was just special. There's nothing better than it. Not even trophies could replace that night in Madrid. So, respect to Eze. You know, some people have to take that sacrifice to be second forever so that they can allow other people to be first. So, you know, respect to Eze for being one of those people, being the sacrifice to be second every time so someone else can be first. Anyways, if you couldn't tell, this video is not serious. I mean, when are Spurs going to go invincible? When is any of this going to happen? Who knows? It could be this season. Probably not. But it was a fun little video. That final was actually really cool. That Eze assist, no glaze, like, I did not see it. It reminded me of that Messi assist against Netherlands. Like, I didn't see it until it happened. So, yeah. Anyways, that's the end of this video. Great season, obviously. They won everything. And I don't think they lost a single game. I didn't even check. But that is the answer to what would happen if Eze joined Spurs instead of Arsenal. Again, the answer is you just win everything in one season. But hopefully you enjoyed this video. If you did, check out some of my other FIFA career mode stuff, most of which is actual career modes and not just like stupid stuff like this. Although I don't mind making stupid stuff like this. This was a good amount of fun because I was just messing around for the most part. That is the end of this video. Hopefully you enjoyed. Thank you for watching in the first place, and I'll see you later.